guys, I'm Layla. Welcome to Raid Lore Stories. So today's lore story, we're gonna be talking for Vitrius the Anointed. He's a newer champ. I'm actually not very familiar with him, but I was just talking on if anybody remembers the Disney Hunchback of Notre Dame. He looks like the main villain there. Frollo? Can't remember his name. At least his face kind of does. But let's check out his lore story and see what's up with him being in the Sacred Order. Vitrius was an orphan of the arena city of Velazar, a place where true piety is scarce and coin rules all. Though the Sacred Order is not popular there, it maintains a fortified mission building and several smaller shrines, and it was in these places the young Vitrius found peace, safety, and brotherhood. Chronically lacking funds and with minimal official support, the Order in Velazar attempted to stay abreast of the creeping evil that heralded the start of Serath's Third Great War. While the bloody Gallon War raged on, more and more undead attacks were reported around the world, and ominous rumblings came from the Dark Elves of Durham and the demon-spawned warlords of the Makaj autocracy. Serath was stirring, mustering for battle. By this time, the Arbiter's powers greatly weakened compared to that which she wielded during the first two Great Wars, and was forced to use dream sendings and mundane communications to call forth defenders. But her call reached a few receptive ears. Generations had passed since Serath's last failed attempt to seize Teleria for his own. Many mortals had begun to view the possibility of a third invasion as low priority compared to worldly threats. There were even those who doubted the Arbiter herself, believing that she had vanished once and for all, but Vitrius was not among them. One night as Vitrius slept a troubled sleep, he heard the Arbiter's voice in a dream and saw her form, it but faintly. She told him the unease of the land was indeed Serath's doing, and the time had come once again for the mortal world to defend itself. Vitrius was awed and humbled that his faith was rewarded by such a visitation. He instantly agreed to take up arms, but told the Arbiter that he lacked gleaming armor and magnificent weaponry worthy of her. The Arbiter replied to worry not, for his righteous heart made him worthy of being called her anointed, and then Vitrius awoke. It was dawn, and he stood within a local smithy. Resting upon its anvil was a set of plate armor and a huge broadsword. The weapon was wrapped in ribbons of holy scripture, and crowning the armor was a halo of exquisite stained glass. Vitrius was no metal worker, and the materials had not come from within the smithy. The forge master, when she arrived and accused Vitrius of thievery, found nothing missing from her stock. Vitrius claimed the materials had been sent from the halls of eternity, and that the Arbiter had guided his hands. Inspired by this miracle, the smith agreed to donate arms and armor to the mission. Vitrius gave them to those who wished to crusade with them, and together they departed Velazar. A massive undead, commanded by a mummified revenant, were reportedly gathering nearby, and Vitrius led his comrades against them. They won a great victory, but quickly took up arms once again when demon-spawned armies appeared in the Stormwind Wastes and Kraken Desert. Vitrius and his crusaders won renown, and the Sacred Order called him to arms in support of the Telerian League, which was planning its final assault on the Sar Lakes. But Vitrius refused to abandon a holy war to spill secular blood. Within a year, it became clear that Serath's invasion had failed to coalesce. Instead of marching to battle, the oppressed levies of the Makaj turned on their overlords and began a prolonged insurrection. The Dark Elves intensified their raids, but these were indecisive. The Knights Revenant, seeing Serath struggling with loyalty and unity for the first time, when once his word was law, dragged their feet. Even many demon spawn refused to fight. This left only the undead. They alone, given the ongoing devastation of the Gallon War, could have been enough to do lasting harm. But Serath could not control them all simultaneously, and thus could not unite them. And thanks to the efforts of Vitrius and the many like him who could yet hear the Arbiter's call over the clamor of war, they were thwarted. Only when Vitrius was confident Serath's invasion ended and the Arbiter's will was fulfilled did he and his knights help conclude the Gallon War. In 3 years, the war ended with the sack of the City of Dreams and bitter defeat for the Gallons, and Vitrius returned to Velazar praying for peace upon the war-exhausted world. But Serath never sleeps, and his corruption never ceases to bubble up, even while he nurses defeat. Knowing this, Vitrius swore not to lay down his arms, but to continue ceaselessly purging the creatures of darkness. Rumors of growing terrors were flying upon his return, and if Vitrius had his way, he would all fall before his purifying, hymn-shrouded blade. So guys, I actually think that this story fits the Sacred Order really well. I also think it fits his character design pretty good too. I would love to know what you guys think. And like I said, I know he's a newer champ, so I'm not too familiar with him in the game, but I would love to know what you guys think, and thanks for watching.